Thanks for staying with us. So we're going to be wrapping up on this our bra or no bra conversation. We forgot we had a guest coming on. So she just joined the show. She's a Nigerian entrepreneur and philanthropist and the founder and CEO of Alien Group. She has built a thriving organization with a strong presence across diverse sectors while staying true to its core mission, which is creating lasting value for customers, clients, and shareholders. Despite her remarkable rise to become one of Nigeria's most respected business leaders, Elizabeth Jack Rich has never lost sight of her beginnings. She remains deeply committed to giving back, ensuring that others have the same opportunities that once helped her transform her own life. Welcome with us, Dr. Elizabeth Jack Rich in the building. How you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm good.
Good to have you on the show. So before we go into your philanthropic work, and we wanted to just wrap up on the initial conversation we were having concerning bra. So I think Nima wanted to come up with something.
Because my darling Mariam had mentioned that maybe we should just carry this our the argument to the Senate and let the legislators decide what the standard will be. But we already have it legal in some of our codes. Our criminal codes, has standards of decency. We have standards in certain sector-specific standards of dressing. In the military, for instance, there's a specific standard of dressing. So even if you want to be indecent, there's a limit to which you can go. There's a limit to which you can go to be over-decent. There are certain, in Lagos, it's even one of the environmental laws to be particularly covered in a certain way. Nudity is not allowed. So now, what is blood is this line of what is not nude and what is nude, and that's what.
So it's brown.
I hear you, Nima. So that part where you go to hospital, you go to the different places. But if I'm a club girl, I want to go to the club tonight. Should not be judged for not wearing a bra?
So they will not catch you in the club. Yeah. But if you come out of the club...
You catch them in the club. That means they know that they are about to enter the club or just come out of the club, and they call them out for that.
Can you just like your example Moraya gave of the Dubai incident. So those girls know the standards of public engagement in their place and appearance. And so when they want to they quickly conform with the standard before they get in public. So what is in public is what we are debating really here.
Okay, so we have to wrap up. Your
to bra or not to bra?
To bra or not to bra?
Whatever works for you as a woman. And learn to accommodate other people irrespective of what you think.
Mariam?
Bra is different from indecency. Wearing a bra or not wearing a bra does not mean that you're indecent or decent. How you dress overall is what determines it.
Would you like to say something final on this?
I think I agree with her. I mean, there are some dresses that don't require you to wear a bra. It does not mean you're indecent. I will relate this to when you're driving. When you're driving, you have to drive for other people as well. So when you're dressing, regardless of bra or not, you have to think about the society and the people around you.
I wish I met you for this conversation.
That's a way to end this conversation. So thank you so much. Now, coming back to you. Dr. Elizabeth Jack Rich, you've been quite busy doing a lot of work for community, helping people. Tell us, and one of the things we like to do on Your View is highlight the work women do, especially Nigerian women, both within Nigeria and outside the country. And we saw your work, and we just thought it was important for us to give you our platform to share with Nigerians a bit what you're doing. So tell us in a nutshell and who you are. Yeah, we know you're the wife of Jack Rich, but give us an idea of the work you've been doing outside, because people know you as Elizabeth Jack Rich, but there's so much more to you than that. So give us an idea of what you've been working on.
Thank you very much. I'm an entrepreneur. I am the founder and CEO of Alien Group, a conglomerate of diverse businesses. We are into oil and gas services, we're into aviation, mining, and currently, just a couple of months back, my company, Alien Hair, conducted the first ever 7,800-hour maintenance circle ever done in Africa. Wow, so I am a woman in male-dominated industries and, thriving in the industries.
Fantastic.
Yes, and I also have a non-governmental organization called the Elizabeth Jack Rich Foundation, whereby we focus on women empowerment, youth development through skills acquisition, and we also focus on scholarship for children.
Okay, so let's rewind a bit. How did Elizabeth get here? Yeah. Because that's what we want to focus on. How did you arrive here?
Elizabeth was born and brought up in Orile Gomu. That's something a lot of people don't know.
Lagos?
Orile Gomu, Lagos.
Yes. Italy or something?
No. Orile Gomu. Yes, here in Lagos State, I was born into a family that we were struggling. And regardless of my circumstances or the situation I grew up in, I knew I wanted to be more. And that was what I went for. I knew I had a mission on earth. And my mission was to, you know, do what I wanted to do, achieve my goals, then use my platform to also empower other women.
Okay, so what form of education did you get? Because people in that place where you mentioned are people that usually are less, they get less opportunities for education, lesser opportunities for, you know, much more advanced elite education. So how did you get, what schools did you go to? Did you have to travel out of the country? Was there a jackpot period?
No, actually, there wasn't any jackpot period for me. I mean, growing up, like I said, was very tough, and my education was quite shaky growing up. I actually started going to school after I got married. I went to school before I got married, but continued my university while I was married, and got some certificate degrees in the industries I currently operate in. So that was what I did.
Why oil and gas? And as you said, you describe it yourself, male-dominated industry. And as we know, the reason we highlight it is because as a woman, when you get in there, there's so many challenges that you face, not just the business, the fact that you're a woman trying to play in the field that men are playing. Why did you go the hard route? Why didn't you just look for something easy and nice?
Let's say I'm very hot-headed and I'm very determined. And I don't think there's any industry specific to men alone. I mean, women do great things regardless of where we operate in. And oil and gas services, for me, not the operation, you know, was just like any other business a woman could thrive in. We do aviation. That's also a very tough industry people don't really know about. And I get a lot of warnings, this is something you shouldn't do, but we're doing it and we're thriving in it. And I believe other women could do the same. Okay,
so you said you grew up in Orile Gomi and you came from a struggling family. For that young girl looking at you from Orile Gomi or somewhere that has this high dreams and doesn't know how to achieve it, can you share a bit of your grass to grace story so they can actually get inspired from it?
You know, one thing I'm going to say is, which someone mentioned yesterday at the program we hosted yesterday. No, it's not impossible, let me put it that way, to do great things from a small place. It's not impossible. So that was the situation I found myself in, a struggling family, but I made sure that that situation never defined my path. And my documentary and my book is going to be coming out soon, and people will get to hear my story. I mean, it's just about Elizabeth. Like you said, everybody knows me as just Elizabeth Jack Rich, the oil business, or the business mogul's wife, or the oil mogul's wife. But there's more to Elizabeth. There's a story. My life is a testimony, and I am just here to ensure that I give platform to those vulnerable women out there that didn't have the kind of platform I had growing up.
So you've been talking about, well, you've been mentioning aviation.
Aviation.
And the last 1 week, aviation has been in the forefront of our minds because we're thinking, okay, who are these people in aviation? When you say aviation, what part of it do you play? Because we even want to have a better understanding of that sector. We hear their rules, their regulations, how to do so. Give us an idea.
I mean, aviation is broad, but when it comes to the, let me say, flight charter of aviation, there are two parts to it. There's the commercial and there's the private. I deal in the private sector. Our company is actually, yes, and helicopter services. Our company is actually an air operating certificate licensed company. So we deal in that regard. I've been seeing a lot of things, like you said, online, but the regulations cut across either way, either private or commercial. It's the same regulations.
Okay, you know you're a rich woman.
Where you go?
So there are people watching and wondering, okay, so can she share with us some of this her riches? Like, how is it being in the PJ? You know, like the whole experience of just feeling like you are, like you have everything. You know, I think it was we were reminded it was Will Smith that was saying that you get to a point in your life you realize that okay, it can be lonely at the top where you have everything, but it can still be lonely. So give us a bit of that glimpse of the life of a rich woman and what gives you fulfillment.
I would say for me, material things does not define me being rich. That's one thing I would like to say. But Will Smith was in line. It can be really lonely at the top. I mean, there are countless times I would cry myself to sleep because I feel frustrated about a project I'm working on and it's not working out the way I wanted it to. But what people see behind that thing is just all glitz and glamour, but it's way more than that. And with private jet services, what my company tried to do is not just the luxury side of things, but for me, I believe time is of the essence when it comes to business. So we operate these services for business-minded people that want to get to their destination on time. And obviously to make you feel like I don't want to go back to where I'm coming from, you know? I mean, when you do the PJ Live, you don't want to do any other way. But I do commercial a lot.
Are you sure?
Yes, I do
never see any commercial.
No, I do commercial sorry, a lot actually. But I mean, PJ is just because of the kind of country we operate in, the time delays from commercial flight. I mean, PJ is just the best option if you can. But you know what we're doing? We are actually introducing something called the private commercial, whereby it's not going to be too expensive for you to enjoy the luxury we offer for PJ clients.
Okay, let me go on a very short break. Let us take that in first. Don't worry, we'll chatter one for your view, ladies.
We're affordable.
So a very short break. We'll come back. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we still have our guest, delectable Dr. Elizabeth Jack-Rich. One of the reasons we like women like you to come on the show because the idea is to enlighten Nigerians. You know, they have a way of judging people from outside. Oh, these rich people. But we love your finesse. We love your courage. We love who you are. But I just want to take a little peek into that thing behind the veil. So I like, is it Mariam who wants to jump in, Abigail?
I wanted to ask, what helped you to this point, both internally and externally? The internal forces and the external force, moving from one point of discomfort to where you are now.
Okay, internally I'll say I never forgot where I was coming from. And I made sure that I sleep and wake up with that. I did, like I said, I'm someone that no matter the situation I find myself in, it never defines my outcome. And externally, I have amazing support system. I mean, my husband, Engineer Taintias Jack-Rich, understood what I wanted to do with my life, outside from just being a wife and a mom. And he gave me that platform, stood by me and ensured that I had that backing and strength to conquer anywhere I find myself in. So that has been the greatest help of my life to become who I am today.
Let's talk about being a mom.
Yeah.
You know, how are you raising your kids? Because, you know, sometimes people wonder how kids who have privileged children, they always feel like, oh, they have everything. Like, and these kids, they still have those values, because when a child seems to be privileged, people always assume or judge that this one doesn't have home training, they just have everything. In your, as a mother, who I'll say a young mother, how are you raising your kids? What are the values you think is important for you to have as you raise your kids?
First of all, I am a Yoruba woman. Let me emphasize on that. I am a Yoruba woman. Yeah. And like I said, I was born and brought up in Orile Gomu.
So that part,
let me say that. And my grandma raised me.
Oh, wow. So yeah.
So I have all that,
you have native intelligence.
Yes, instilled in me. And regardless of where I am currently bringing up my children, I instilled that culture and that values in them. For me, respect, humility is very important. Your intelligence, your intellect will take you far, but your humility is going to take you further. So I make sure that that is the essence of their life.
Nice.
So you're also described as a philanthropist. And, you know, for me, it says something about your heart, you know, that you care about people. And I would like to know why you care and, you know, what inspired that part of you and who are these people that you try to help?
I would just hint a little bit. I hawked on the street growing up. That's something a lot of people don't know. I was very vulnerable. But with God's grace, I don't even think it's just by my own power or by my resistance. I was able to overcome a lot of those vulnerability or the situation that I was faced in. But not many women today has their grace. And that's why you see a lot of young, bright women fall into temptations or situations that derail them from the path of their purpose. So that's why my foundation, focusing on women empowerment. I mean, we've been doing this for about 7 years now. We've helped over 2,000 women, you know, with capital to start up their businesses. We help them through mentorship, kids through schools. We also do skills acquisition for them. So it's very important for me to give this platform. I don't want women to think you have to have a huge platform to become someone. You can always start something from a very small place. And empowerment is not just about money, but also mentorship and guidance.
Okay, so does your foundation also do give medical support to vulnerable people? So there are certain families, because of means, they might not be able to afford the medical care that they need. And they live in some communities like the one you mentioned. You know, so they put up with it. They patronize what would be ill-advised. And so they don't have more opportunities out there. Does your foundation do that? And if it does, how do they get reached?
I mean, I almost lost my life when I was about 8 years old because of we didn't have the money to afford tetanus injection when I got tetanus. Then got to a neighbor that came to our aid who was a nurse then. She laid down, Master, rest in peace, who helped me. So medical is very important to me as well. So we used to do a lot of medical intervention directly from the foundation, but earlier this year we redefined our focus to just focus on women, youth and children, but we partner with other foundations that focus strictly on medical.
Fantastic.
So if anybody reaches out to us, we will work with someone we trust in that field to help their cases.
Okay, I like to talk about love. Tell
Can I
us
ask
how
before she
you.
enters
I'm
love?
tempting a lot of time
Okay.
because how
you
did you
met?
fall in love? How did you meet your husband? And what's the most romantic thing he's done for you? Because we just wonder how a beautiful woman like this, the person that is keeping you well, oh, because you're looking so gorgeous. So tell us, like, how did you fall in love? How did you know, all this, your dreams, how did you fall in love with this one man?
I mean, when I met him, I wouldn't say it was love at first sight, but I fell in love with how he loved me. He was very particular about my dreams. It was very particular about what I wanted. And nobody, considering the situation I grew up in, ever showed me that kind of care or attention to my own needs. So it was only natural for me to fall in love with him. I mean, he's an amazing man. And, you know, how he keeps me loving him is not just by what we share in regards of, you know, wealth or kids. It's just the attention. This is somebody that is not intimidated by my success, and it is very rare to come by, especially in Nigeria.
He's trying to dominate.
He's not. He leads with love and guidance and allows me do my thing.
Shine. Just one final question from me. Because you run a foundation in Nigeria, I need to know, where is this gap between needs, people's expectations and responsibility of the government? Because you've operated around it, you will know the things that people need the most, their expectations from government, and the responsibility of the government towards those needs.
I mean, people need just basic things. First of all, they need infrastructure. Infrastructure is the basis of everything. Infrastructure, they need the basics like water supply, power supply, and I believe the government is doing really well, especially this current government. They're really doing really well, working towards that to be 100% achievable, because right now we're not 100% there, but I believe we were better than where we were coming from.
Please, you did not answer my second question.
What's
What's the most romantic thing this loving man has ever done for you?
I wouldn't say there's one thing. I mean,
Give us one.
this
Share one
man
process.
constantly ensures that my birthday is celebrated, even when I don't want to celebrate
Are you
it.
serious?
I mean, it would literally invite
Everyone.
everyone. Even when I just want to spend this birthday with you, but it constantly wants me to be celebrated. And want to hear people talk about me.
Oh.
So even his own birthdays, he doesn't want you to do anything. But when it comes to mine, he just wants to keep celebrating me. And I think that's the most romantic thing you could ever do.
Oh, yes. There's no Look at this married woman.
No, you know that they are in our house, they don't have time to do birthday.
So you know what? Let me say that he's also a man that prays. So this man would wake up in the morning, hold my hand, and pray over my life. It's always the other way around. But sometimes I feel like, oh my God, you're beating me to this game. But I would be the one to pray in private and you know, do all of that. But he will hold my hand and prophesy into my life. And there is no prophecy that has not come to pass. That's one thing I can say. So he's my personal prophet. I would say that.
Oh, wow. Yes, I have one last question.
Yeah.
It's very vain, which is, give us a peek into the daily life of a Mrs. Jack Rich. When you wake up, what sort of sheets you sleep on?
Yes,
what do you eat? What do you eat? What do you eat?
You know,
please
like,
give us just a
how
peek.
many chefs do you have?
Let's live vicariously through you.
That one, the chefs, I will not lie about that one. I have more than 3. I love food.
Yeah.
I love food. So it's not just about having the luxury, but me, I love food.
Okay.
So I don't joke with my palate. But the day-to-day life is, Elizabeth is very simple. I wake up in the morning, I pray to God, take my shower, meditate.
Okay.
I moisturize with Ori, shea butter. In as much as people think I use very expensive skincare, no.
Okay.
I am a pro shea butter person because my grandmother, I grew up with her using that on my skin. And through my 3 kids, my 3 pregnancies, I don't have one single stretch mark because of that. So I maintain that lifestyle. I don't do too much. I'm very lazy when it comes to skincare. I think it's good food. I cook. I pound. I pound, I cook. I mean, look at Mr. Jack Rich now.
See my evidence.
Okay, I have to run, but let me just let you say something final concerning your objective. What's coming up? What should we look forward to coming up?
Yes, currently, like I said, we're relaunching our foundation. It's going to be, our website is actually live, www.egra.org. We're hoping for everybody to support us. We're currently open to donations, partnerships from people. We've been doing this over the years by ourselves, but right now we want to be able to, have more outreach there. And for personal projects, when it comes to business projects, we'd like to keep that under the wraps until it's fully blossom. But by God's grace, people are going to see what we're up to.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's all we can take on the show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thank you.